Good morning, everybody. My name is Gabby. We are here with Walter. We're starting off his week here at Paw Forward Dog Training. And with this week with him, we're going to be working a little bit more on some things that he's been working on here. Okay, so his leash skills right now are what we're working on. When we started off with leash skills, when he got here, we started off low distraction inside our barn, not much going on. Okay, we're also going to work on a little bit of an attention in a new environment as well. So after he was doing well with that, then we moved into a moderately distracting environment. We started working outside, but working in areas that were on our property and a little bit more challenging, but nothing too crazy. Then at the end of last week, we started working out in our field, which can be very challenging as well. Now, this week, we are across the street in our neighborhood. Okay, you can see down there. For the purposes of this video, we're just going to be staying right here, but working in a new environment. So first thing you want to do when you get him into any new environment or any environment, you just want to work on attention. So right now, we're going to work attention. Okay, we're just going to make sure that he's able to check in with us. We're not going to move forward or do any leash walking until we know that he is focused on us. Okay, you can see he's looking around. There's lots of birds over here, which is going to be a little bit challenging for him. Okay, because he is a hound dog for sure. So if he's too distracted by the grass, what we can do is go into the middle, get away from that grass if need be. But he seems to be looking over. He's looking around. So we're just going to get that attention. It might take a little bit of time before we can actually move forward. Yes, they're very, very nice. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for eye contact, checking in with us. We're marking that. We're reinforcing. Okay. We're just staying in the same spot right now because we don't want to move forward if he's not ready, if he's not paying attention. We want to set our dogs up to succeed. Very nice. Good. So there he came back quicker. He gave attention. We gave reinforcement. But you can see this is a new environment. He wants to check it out. He wants to see what's going on, where we're at. So setting your dog up to succeed is the most important thing when working on training. Very nice. Good. There he got to the end of that leash. He came back. He checked in. That's exactly what we want to see. Okay. Very nice. Now he's looking right at Joanna. Very good. That's perfect. So that's what we're looking for before we start anything, right? We're looking for that attention. Once he's giving that attention regularly, then we can start to move forward. Now, when we're moving forward, we're only working in a very short distance in the beginning. This is the first time he is across the street. Okay, we're just working on short distances back and forth, only about 10, 15, 20 feet at a time. And then as he starts to improve with it, then we can start to gradually increase that level of difficulty. Good, very nice. So he's listening to commands, excellent. So now we can start moving him forward, start working on a little bit of leash. Good, very nice. Now, as we start this out, we're going to give a high rate of reinforcement. So we're going to be reinforcing every couple of steps by giving some food. Now, I know I talked about phasing out food with you a little bit this morning, but when you get him in a new environment, you're going to have to up that rate of reinforcement and possibly even up that that value of that food. So using a higher value food in the beginning. As he starts to get more comfortable with it, then we start to phase it out. Okay, obviously we don't want to have to use food all the time, every couple of steps, our entire walks. But when he's learning, it is important that we're doing that, using that higher rate and then phasing it out slowly. Okay, so as he starts to get more comfortable with it, then we're going to up the level to, instead of every couple of steps, then it'll be every 4 to 5 or 5 to 6, so on and so forth. Okay, until we get to the point where we're just randomly reinforcing. every so often. Very nice. So he's doing nicely with this. Now he's gotten to the point of walking, and you can see he's a lot more focused compared to the beginning where he was kind of looking all over the place, checking everything out. But this is important for you guys to see. I really like to show this stuff from the beginning when we're working on it the first time, because I want you guys to see that it is going to take some consistency, some working on this at home, but he is able to get to the point where we show you in some of the later videos where he's, walking with no problem, or even right now where he's doing great. He's checking in, he's taking those reinforcements, he's walking by our side. There's a nice loose leash. We look for that J in that leash right there. That's exactly what we want. Not pulling ahead. If he gets to the end of that leash, we're not continuing to move forward. But he is doing an excellent job. As you can see right now, he is walking so nicely in a new environment. You guys have any questions, let us know, but he's making a lot of progress here. And we'll see you next time.